So here's Trout, is 3 for 7 on this series. He drove in 2 with a drive off the wall in right center in the 9th inning. The icing on the cake for the Angels last night. His 2-2 pitch to Trout. Here it is. And Mike, it's a chopper to the right side, waiting for the hop Profar. One play to first in time. So 4-3 on Trout. Cozart goes to second. That's the first out. And that'll bring up Andrelton Simmons.
Left center, and it's hit well. Can Canna get there? Yes, he can. So Simmons is retired.
I think Brett Anderson against those 3 great hitters must be missing the sweet part of the bat. I think he just missed one with Simmons, and while it left the bat, looked like it's going to be something, maybe driven to the gap, but just kind of died.
2-2 pitch is hit high in the air toward right center. Piscotty makes the catch. Side retired, so the leadoff walk does not hurt Brett Anderson.
29-year-old right-hander, native of San Pedro de Macorís in the Dominican Republic. Felix Peña is on the mound for the Angels. Called strike 3. Down goes Chapman. He knew it.
He was looking all speed. Knows that Felix will throw a lot of breaking balls ahead of the count through a perfect fastball.
Coliseum. Looked like he went around, and yes, he did. Chris Guccione needed help on that one, and it's the first base umpire, Lance Barrett, bringing it up. A 1-2-3 first inning for Peña.
Yeah, he definitely chased that breaking ball.
So 2 on and nobody out, and that'll bring up Cole Calhoun, who led off in the first 2 games, and he's 3 for 8. Now ready out of the stretch. Calhoun waits, and here's the pitch to him. And it's a bouncy ball to first. Morales has it, goes to second, and there's no throw back to first. So the A's get the force. 3-6. Morales throwing to Semien on the bag. They force Lucroy at second. Bora goes to third. Calhoun safe at first. That's going to be a tough double play to turn. And the Angels have runners at first and third with 1 out. And Peter Borges coming up.
Anderson gets ahead in the count, so he can go for the strikeouts. Perfect. And he got him swinging down and in, and a huge strikeout for Brett Anderson.
Well, that's exactly what he needed to get done right there. Keep the ball out of play, go for the punch out, and that's that back foot beauty of a slider from Brett Anderson.
Well, especially as much as he's been throwing outside part of the plate, then throws the hard breaking pitch. It looks good. Hitters have a tendency to swing over it, as Borges just did, and that's a huge out.
All right, first and third. And again, the 2-2 to Fletcher. And Fletcher, it's a drive into left center, playable. Robbie Grossman, the A's left fielder, is there, and he makes the catch, and Anderson works out of it. So the Angels fail to score.
Numbers last season.
Line down toward left center field. Canna's not going to get this one, and it'll one-hop the fence. Trout on his way to second. He'll stop there, even though Canna bobbled it. So Trout has his second double of the season and a man in scoring position for the 3rd straight inning.
Still surprising that Trout was going into that bat just 1 for 10 in his career versus Anderson when you think about how successful he is against a sinker and a changeup. Time he gets that changeup or a 2-seamer to stay at the heart of the plate, he was ready. Canna playing that off the wall, tried to barehand to get it in quickly. With a Trout run, and you're better off just getting in the glove and think about keeping away from third base.
There are 2 down, and now Anderson trying to negotiate through Albert Pujols to keep this game scoreless. Fastball bounced left side of the hole, cut off by Chapman to his left on to first base, a little wide, but Morales stays on the bag, and that's it for the Angels in the 3rd. Anderson survives a double to Trout, keeps him from scoring.
And that's going to be a base hit. Fegley, maybe off the end of the bat, he'll take it as he drops it into left center field.
I love it.
That away. Get the old backstop on the board, huh?
That's right. Give him a batting average.
There you go. Fegs gets a little wrinkle out over the plate. Little curveball up from Peña and just off the cup. But it's off the wall on the scoreboard.
That's right. He's got a batting average, and it took 8 perfect outs for Peña before the 9th guy hits the base hit.
There's a shot to right field on a base hit. Begley stops at second. 2-out rally.
And Peña's 3-1. Look out, it hit him. Raised off of his front shoulder to load the bases. Matt tried to turn out of the way and grazed off of his left shoulder, his front shoulder. And that's going to load him up for Stephen Piscotty. The 3-1 swung on line, back up the middle of base hit for Piscotty. Fegley is home. Behind him is Grossman. He scores standing up. Over to third base is Chapman. Piscotty drives in 2, and the A's open the scoring on the Halos. 2-0 Oakland. For Piscotty, his 3rd and 4th RBIs of the young season.
Well, you know what they talk about second time through and the second look for the A's top of the order against Pena, and he hasn't retired any of those guys, with Grossman singling and Chapman hit by a pitch, and Piscotty coming up big with a base hit to center.
The stretch, the offer. Swung on and blasted a deep left. A bat flip from Mark Canha, and out it goes. Over the out-of-town scoreboard, well back in the seats. And the A's now lead at 2-0. Bat flipping Mark Canha delivers again. It's the A's 7th home run this year, and they double the lead to 4-0.
Mark Canha got himself a fastball middle and did not miss. Pena dead central, 90-mile-an-hour fastball, and can I get a backflip? All aboard. Next stop, Pound Town.
Nice play by Chapman. Shows off the strong arm. Got him.
That is an amazing. I mean, Fletcher runs well. He's busting it down the line, thinking I got a chance for an infield hit. But then there's the platinum guy at third base. He goes to his right, backhands the ball. That in itself is a tough play. Sets himself and throws off the cannon as Fletcher gets him by a half step. But this is tremendous. But the fact that he knew that he had time with the strong arm, set himself, plant, stride, and throw.
Pitch to Simmons on the way, and it's a ground ball to the hole and speared to his left. Full spin. Chapman gets up, throws to first for the out. Matt reacting quickly to his left, getting down in the dirt, got up, spun around, fired to first. Simmons is out 5-3 and quickly 2 away.
I mean, this is a base hit. Oops. Catch it, slide, pick it up, let's go. I mean, once he puts it in his hand, if you're a runner, might as well just head back to dugout because it is a cannon.
Simmons standing at second. Canha's at first. Fegley, the catcher, at the plate. He's 1 for 2. Out toward right field, not very deep. Cole has to come in on it. He's there, puts it away. So 1 pitch. Anderson gets out of the 6th inning. It was the 8th inning that got things started for the Angels last night, scoring 4 times, adding 2 in the 9th. Looking for a repeat performance. Down 4-0. Trout skying one out toward right field. Piscotty underneath it. Fletcher will tag him in to score. Cozart will head to third. Sac fly for Trout. The Angels get on the board. It's 4-1 Oakland. Here's Andrelton Simmons. Ground ball through the left side, a base hit RBI single. 4-2 Oakland.
He is automatic in these times where there's runners in scoring position.
Treinen trying to close it out and coming off one of the great years any reliever's ever had. 2 out. Fletcher up, 9th inning. A's lead by 2. Swung on a fly ball to right. Piscotty's right there. Makes the catch, and the A's have won it.